What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTF, man. Good to see you guys. Back with another video. How you guys doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Been saving it all for you guys. Recent article just released by Baxter Holmes, or should I say Bastard Holmes. The media, man, just the media keeps trying to tear down the Lakers piece by piece, trying to create a false narrative, negativity. Hopefully, I believe, you know what I believe? I believe half of these reports are false. Hopefully they are. But even if they're not, what's the point of waiting every week to release a new negative article? To release a new negative article about the Lakers. It's getting ridiculous, guys. It's getting to the point of no return. And I'm here to try to, put everything to rest. Hopefully you guys aren't panicking from all this clickbait that we're reading. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, I kind of just skimmed through the article. I didn't even want to read it. I thought it was garbage. But it is what it is. I've been good. Thank you guys for asking. How you guys been, man? Good to see you guys. Been a while. But I had to do the live stream today. Normally I do a Laker City podcast today. But I said, you know what? Forget it. We're going to go live and talk to the nation and see what you guys think today. But let's start it off, man, with a couple of rumors. And I wanted to talk about the Bradley Beal potential trade package that everybody's talking about. According to multiple reports and sources, Bradley Beal is available for the Lakers to trade for at a certain price. What that price is, according to sources, rumors have it that they want a package centered around Kuzma, Ingram, and the fourth pick. And some rumors even have them as far as trying to add Lonzo Ball to that trade package. So, yeah, that's too much for Bradley Beal. I like Bradley Beal. I don't love him, but I like him. I think he would do wonders for the Lakers if you're able to add him at an affordable price. I think he would be great for them as far as, adding another shooter and a space creator, a floor spacer to LeBron James and the Lakers. But at what cost? Do we have to give up Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, and the fourth pick? That's a price I'm only willing to potentially pay for Anthony Davis. And even then, it's still questionable. So I'll say just stick to your guns to what we currently have right now. That's a horrible rumor. If they do want Lonzo included, that's a heck no. I'm already thinking about it. With Kuzma and Ingram's already too much for me. Plus the fourth pick, I don't know. I wouldn't be dropping packages like that. I'd rather keep our young core and continue to add. Honestly, LeBron looks happy, man. You guys know I'm a tea leaf reader, and I love to read the tea leaves. And LeBron looks extremely happy. So I think maybe, potentially, and don't read too much into it because it's just a rumor. But rumor has it, let's see, Baxter Holmes is reporting, right? Not Baxter Holmes, I'm sorry. Let me see here. Yeah, there's multiple reports of LeBron reaching out to free agents, man. Let me get the name for you guys right here. Let's see if I can find it. There you go. Jordan Schultz. Jordan Schultz recently today reported that LeBron has been in contact with Kawhi Leonard, or vice versa. Should I say Kawhi Leonard has been in contact with LeBron? And he's reporting that, Kawhi called LeBron and wants to play with him in LA. Again, read it with a grain of salt, guys. Don't get too excited. Don't get too down on the negative rumors, and don't get too hyped on the positive rumors. June 30th is around the corner, so we will find out soon enough exactly. But, even though Jordan Schultz is not really a reliable source, I'd rather hear positive reports than negative reports. I'm an optimist, so I get excited when I hear positive stuff, honestly. Now, LeBron does look happy. He might not have Kawhi, but he might have Kyrie. He could have Jimmy Butler. There were reports of that earlier during the week. He could have somebody in the bag and looking to get that third star. Now, you guys might ask, how, Dan? How can you get a third star if we don't have the cap space? Man, where there's a will, there's a way. And they could, if they have one in the bag and they want to get a third one, they could potentially do a sign and trade and make the cap work somehow. Or they could do a 1 year with a 1 year option, just like Kevin Durant did with the Warriors, to make the cap work. And then they could, they could pay the free agent a lower salary in the first year and backload the contract and pay him a higher salary in the second year if he decides to opt in. I mean, there's so many possible ways to do it, to make it work. But again, everything just with a grain of salt, guys. Rumors are going to fly left and right. Don't be surprised if you hear like maybe 30 more rumors by the time we get to June 30th, which is the official new free agent start period. So it's very interesting to see all these rumors flying left and right. But again, let's just take them with a grain of salt, both positive and negative. I mean, if you guys read that article, right, by Baxter Holmes, he said that he was saying stuff like Magic Johnson was harsh with employees. I mean, he's the boss. What do you expect? You want him to run like a circus over here? No, you got to be strict with employees. Make sure they're all. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But then Pelinka making up the story about Heath Ledger speaking with Kobe Bryant when Heath Ledger was already allegedly dead when that happened. So again, we all kind of know that Rob Pelinka is somewhat of a liar. I mean, if you believe him, that's up to you. But and then the third rumor about agent Rich Paul complaining to the commissioner about Luke Walton, to Commissioner Adam Silver. I don't know. All this stuff sounds sketchy, and it's funny to me how they're stretching these articles. They're spacing them out from week to week. So every week we get to hear something negative. To me, it sounds like the league has an agenda against the Lakers, and they want to make sure that free agents take note and they hear all this negative stuff, man. Hey, what up, T? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm shocked there's over 100 people in here today simply because I thought most of you guys would be at work, but I guess it's lunch break for a lot of you guys, so welcome. We all know the front office is in disarray, but it's just very sketchy to me how every week we have a new negative development with the Lakers, and to me that's even more sketchy. Who's behind all these reports? Baxter Holmes or whatever his name is. This guy, the beat writer for ESPN, NBA writer or whatever. He didn't even have access to the front office. They didn't even want to talk to him. He went on First Take today, and he said they didn't give him any comments or anything. So how accurate his reports are, I don't know. But I don't care. They should have reported all this weeks ago and just got it out of the way. Again, to me, it's just weird. But what do you guys think? I'm going to head over to the comment section now, see what you guys are thinking about the whole Bradley Beal thing. Do you guys think it's too much to trade for Bradley like I do? I believe the package is too heavy for now. I mean, they should be content with the 4th overall pick and maybe somebody like Josh Hart for Bradley Beal, because the Wizards need a clean house anyways. They ain't going nowhere. They're in no man's land. They need to start rebuilding. They have that horrible atrocity contract, John Wall, always injury plagued and never really playing for that contract. And they got to work with the assets they have. If they could add the 4th pick to whatever pick they have this year, I think that's decent. But according to reports, if you guys already haven't heard, they want Ingram and Kuzma and the 4th pick to start talks. That's a starter. I mean, to me, it just sounds like the price is always higher for the Lakers than everybody else. I don't know about it. What do you guys think? Is this too dramatic? Why does the price always seem higher for the Lakers? I get it. Brandon Ingram was injured, but Kuzma and the 4th already sounds like a lot. Now you want Ingram in there too and potentially Lonzo? Oh, no. I know that Bradley Beal is an all-star. I know he's a proven shooter. But giving all that up will kind of hamper you for the future moving forward. I'm not sure I want to do that at all. And then, of course, we have the potential Anthony Davis trade. Now, what's interesting to me about Anthony Davis is that he met yesterday with the new GM of the Pelicans in LA, and there hasn't been a single report. So to me, if they would have had positive talks, I think that would have been reported immediately. To me, I believe Anthony Davis has probably doubled down on his trade demand. And of course, the league loving smaller markets like the Pelicans aren't going to report their stuff out there. Instead, they want to pile on to our season that ended like over a month ago, almost 2 months. And they want to keep piling on to our team, right? Which is funny to me. Why aren't they reporting on interesting stuff like whatever happened between David Griffin and Anthony Davis yesterday, right? They're very quiet on that front, but that shows the bias between the media. The media just sees the Lakers as a cash cow, and they just use it as clickbait and create all kinds of false negative narratives. So to my people, my fellow Laker fans out there, man, much love to all you guys for staying strong. I know it's been a tough offseason thus far. Hearing all this negative stuff about the front office that's taken a toll, but that's why we're here. That's why we have this platform, and we have to be excited for the future because we ended up with the 4th pick. Nobody thought that was going to happen, and on top of that, we still have LeBron last I checked and a bright young core with a new head coach that actually seems pretty optimistic about things. So that's a refreshing change, instead of having a monotonic Luke Walton, I believe that the Lakers are heading in the right direction, hopefully, after this summer. Now, we do have to add a good free agent or two, and we do potentially, if we miss on that, we might have to swing a trade. But at the end of the day, we got to stay optimistic. Now, what do you guys think about our offseason thus far? Are you guys hitting the panic button just yet? Do you guys believe we should swing a deal for someone like Bradley Beal? Should we sit back and play our hand? Or do you guys think we should just give it all up for Anthony Davis now? I'm heading over to the comment section right now. Tino Escobar says, hopefully all the bad press makes Genie sell the team to a competent owner. Sorry, not sorry. I feel you on that, bro. But I'm willing to just wait it out for the rest of the summer and see if she's able to turn it around. That's it. I'm just giving her this summer. And after that, I'm moving forward with the same request that you just made. Sabotage, what's up, bro? He said, Dan, this goes back to the Twitter question I asked last week. Yeah, man, and thank you so much for asking those Twitter questions. You guys really make my City of Angels show that much more interesting. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Again, I didn't drop a podcast today, but I'd rather come here live to debunk a lot of these false rumors and narratives created by the media. Joshua Munn says, ESPN is more concerned with us than with the finals around the office, Dan. Exactly, and that's exactly my that's what bothers me so much is that leave the Lakers alone. We've been out of the playoffs, man, for 6 years. It's not like this dysfunction is new. We've been dysfunctional for years. We thought we had a little bit of leverage once we got Magic Johnson, but once he quit, all the rails, all the hinges, they all came loose again. So it's nothing new here. We haven't made the playoffs for 6 seasons, and something's got to give. I think 7 is our lucky number. I think on our 7th season, we will make the playoffs and go pretty far, depending on what we do this summer. But Dr. Pepper, I love that name, by the way. He said, I think the media is actually trying to sway everybody to LA, but they are so thirsty that it turns free agents off. I don't know if they're trying to sway anybody to LA. I've been watching all kinds of sports shows. I've been on YouTube watching all kinds of like First Take and all these shows. Nobody's really selling LA to free agents. They're actually selling the Clippers more than the Lakers, even on Fox. So, again, I don't know why they hate us. Well, actually, I do know why they hate us, because we're the greatest, right? When you're the greatest, everybody's aiming for you. But who's paying them off to come out with all these articles at the wrong time? I wouldn't be shocked if this goes on all the way to June 30th when we officially hit free agency. So, again, they're trying their darnest to make this look like a circus. And I think Frank Vogel said it best. The organization is not as bad as it looks on the outside. I think once free agents, if they give us a chance, they sit in. I think maybe LeBron, Kobe, guys like that will have a good shot at selling them in this glorious franchise. Now, I know that our front office situation right now is a little rocky, but that doesn't mean it's always going to stay like that. I think you have to hit rock bottom before you start climbing to the top. And I thought we had already done that when we let go of Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss, but apparently we had it. So this is our new rock bottom. Now we got to start trending up again. Levante says the media wants free agents to go to New York, the same team where the owner bans their players and fans. That's a great point. See, how come they don't look at that negativity? I mean, that franchise has been, as much as I like the Knicks and their fans, that franchise has been atrocious for years. I don't ever remember them being good. And again, I'm a 90s baby, so I remember a lot, but I don't remember them being good in my recent memory. So it's funny how they think it could turn around in one summer. And yet for us, who we're not that far removed from a championship in 2010. Yes, I know we're in 2019, 9 years, but 9 years for a franchise is too long for us. But for other franchises, it's still not that long. So like LA Sports says, man, they hate us because they ain't us. Absolutely, bro. He said, ESPN employees getting bonuses for creating new headlines. I agree with that. Ball in the 4th pick for Beal or nothing. I don't want to trade Lonzo Ball. I'm on the Lonzo Ball hype train. I've always been on it. I'd rather trade Josh Hart in the 4th pick and maybe a future first-round pick for Beal. I think Ball and Beal would make a perfect backcourt duo. It's like when we traded D'Angelo. I didn't want to trade D'Angelo if it wasn't for the snitch situation, or should I say the snitchuation. We wouldn't have traded him because I think him and Lonzo would have been a great backcourt, especially because D'Lo's more of a shooter and can play off ball, even though he also has handles and great court vision. And Lonzo's more of a defensive, a shot-creating point guard, somebody who can create shots for others. So I would love to see Beal, a shooter, and a playmaker in the backcourt together. I don't want to give out Ball. As much as I love Kuz and Ingram, I want to keep both of them as well. But I think in this sense, I'd rather trade Kuzma, even though he's more proven, than Lonzo, just based off of the potential. You know what I mean? Just based off of the potential of what a Bradley Beal, Lonzo Ball backcourt could look like. And I truly believe in Lonzo's talent, as well as Kuzma's. Don't get me wrong, still my favorite young Laker. But if I had to trade one of the two, then I'm trading Kuz just because I feel like Lonzo has more potential. And I think his defense is more elite and his playmaking is going to be very necessary, especially with an aging LeBron who may or may not be able to create the same way he did last season. So that's just me. I take my bias out of it. I'm just putting on my Laker hat. Remember, team first. Much as I love Kuz, my favorite young Laker, up there with Brandon Ingram, I would rather trade Kuz than Lonzo at this current moment. Yes, I know that Lonzo comes with a lot of baggage, man. He comes with, his dad, LeVar. But hopefully that starts turning around. His future looking promising the more he takes control of it. He said, Jerry West ain't done. Nothing since Shaq. KD came on his own or due to Draymond. Oh, man, you're so wrong, Indo. Jerry West has done a lot. And even though I despise the Clippers, he's the only real threat they have in that franchise. Jerry West is a basketball savant. He drafted Kobe. He told the Lakers to trade for him pretty much in draft day because he saw something special in him. He did the same for the Memphis Grizzlies. He saw something special in Marc Gasol, had him included in the package. Rumor had it that the Lakers were interested in pairing the brothers together, but he had to be included in the package because he saw something special in him. Saw something special as an advisor with the Golden State Warriors and Clay and Curry and guys like that. And, this guy's just known for building dynasty. That's what he does. What do you think about this blatant Kobe hate by Max Kellerman saying Kobe is pulling strings to ruin LeBron's career? I think Max Kellerman is a confused fan. Used to be a Laker fan. Now he's swaying more towards the Knicks, but I think if they don't land any max free agents, he'll go back to the Lakers. He needs to be careful because Laker Nation is not going to want him back on the bandwagon if he keeps disrespecting Kobe Bryant, period. I think it's ridiculous how people tend to look for somebody to blame, even somebody who has nothing to do with the NBA. Obviously, Kobe's not even involved in basketball right now. He's coaching his daughter, if you guys haven't been keeping up. And it just gets ridiculous to see, how they want to bring him into these false narratives. And again, just creating hate to one of the GOATs that ever did it. So, shame on those people. I'm not going to buy any of their crap, man. Again, that's why we have this platform. We come here to debunk these false rumors and these false accusations. Kawhi is great, but he's nowhere near Kobe's legacy right now. Much as I love Kawhi Leonard, he still needs to win at least 4 more to even get up there. So, that's all I got to say. And, but I do believe Kawhi Leonard, as of right now, as of this year, and that is subject to change from year to year, from season to season. But as of right now, Kawhi Leonard is the best player in basketball. Think about this. Kawhi Leonard took his team to the finals, a franchise that had never been there, that had been so close with DeMar DeRozan and others, but has never been there. He took this franchise in his first year being traded there to the finals. So I applaud Kawhi, by the way. I hate to say I told you guys so. If you guys remember, since preseason, I've been saying these Raptors are going to be the real deal. I've been calling it, man. And even before the playoffs started, I think as early as December, I said the Raptors were going to come out of the East. So I believe, and this is what I believe, wholeheartedly. I still think, obviously, the Golden State Warriors are the favorites to win the playoffs, right? Obviously, they're super stacked. Even when they get injured, they get like everybody and their mom coming off the bench and just killing it, right? Draymond, Iguodala, all these great role players that have been there, done that. However, the one team I believe Golden State did not want to see is the Toronto Raptors, right? The Raptors swept the season series. I know regular season means nothing compared to the playoffs, but to me, it shows that they match up really well. Look. Let's look at both teams real quick. You have Curry and Clay, obviously, as the 2 snipers, right? But let's not forget that the Raptors have home court advantage. That's number 1. Number 2, the Raptors have Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam out in the perimeter with Danny Green. I can't think of a worse backcourt to go up against if I'm Golden State. We all know that once you rough up Steph Curry a little bit, his feathers get a little roughed up and he starts rattling. We saw it happen back in the finals when Draymond went out with suspension and Curry and Clay couldn't close the deal. And I think this series is going to depend on KD coming back. If KD comes back healthy, I think obviously the Warriors win. But if he doesn't, I think the Toronto Raptors have more than enough defensive firepower to contain at least the Golden State Warriors. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? I still think it's going to be Warriors in 6 or 7, but I hope that the Raptors could pull off this epic upset, But I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see. James Caldwell, thanks for the donation, brother. I haven't seen one of those in a minute. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. He said, hey, Dan, glad you're back. Can't wait for June 30th. Me too, brother. And I'm going to be covering it extensively, including the June 20th draft, which I will be going live. You guys know that thing takes over 4 hours. So I will be live with you guys for all 4 hours. I'm covering the whole thing unless something comes up, but mainly the Lakers portion of it. And I can't wait for that, man. I'm very excited. Are we going to take Jarrett Culver? Are we going to take there's a rumor that RJ Barrett might fall, and that's an awesome rumor because I heard that the Knicks are interested in Jarrett Culver. Now, the Knicks are known for making controversial picks. We all know the Kristaps Porzingis pick was very controversial, as well as the Frank Ntilikina pick. So this could happen. I believe this source, and I think that there's a good, legit chance that the Knicks like somebody else, maybe even Cam Reddish with the 3rd pick, and then that'll leave us with RJ, who before the collegiate season started, he was the #1 prospect coming out of college. So imagine that with the 4th pick, the Lakers take, RJ Barrett. That would be a huge steal, and we'll see what happens. But I'm not gonna hold my breath for it. I'm very excited for the other prospects as well. You guys see my draft video. I will be dropping a draft prediction video at some point, either this week or next week, whenever I can make time. But I'm very excited for the draft, guys. First and foremost, I think people are overrating. I think people are underrating this draft, and I think there's actually going to be some steals, in the mid to 14s, maybe even further down. So very curious to see who the Lakers pick and how he will fit into our schemes if we end up keeping the pick. And if we trade him, I think draft night will be very telling because we might end up picking the obvious, whoever the Pelicans want or whoever else wants, right, depending on the trade. So it'll be interesting, guys, to see what happens moving forward. Any questions you guys have before I get off? I'm here for you now. Hey, Dan, sorry I've been away from this, busy with the school and my channel. Oh, you're good, Matt. No worries, buddy. Keep doing your thing, man. Dan, we will most likely draft for another team to trade to send. Do you think that's more likely than keeping a new kid? Again, depends on what they're asking for in a package. If they're asking too much for Bradley Beal or Anthony Davis, then we might keep the pick. I mean, it's another young asset. And if we draft really well, that asset might actually be worth more in the future, just like Kuzma, right? We drafted him 27th, and he's worth way more now than when we drafted him. So that could also happen. On the flip side of that, if you draft the prospect and he doesn't pan out right away, then his draft stock could fall, and therefore his value falls as well. So there's always a risk when you draft a player and it's not for a trade that the value will either drop or sometimes even skyrocket. So it depends. Thanks, man. Got it from a good friend. Thanks, man. I love this hat too. I've been wearing it ever since I got it. So thank you so much to you know who you are. For the hat, man. Shout out. Sign Butler or trade the young core for Beal? Jimmy Butler's another very, very interesting rumor. Rumor has it that he's willing to sign with the Lakers if we offer him a max contract. So Jimmy Butler added to the starting lineup along with Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, and LeBron would be pretty sick, especially defensively for switching size and defense. So, yeah, I'd rather sign Jimmy Butler than trade the young core, of course. Now, let's see this comment by Joshua Munn. Looks interesting. He said, my proposal are the Lakers receive Anthony Davis, the Bulls receive Lonzo Ball, the Pelicans receive Chris Dunn, Bradley Beal, Brandon Ingram, the 4th pick, and the Wizards receive Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, the 7th pick. Sign Kawhi as well. If we're able to clear the cap in the trade, I think we would have to verbally agree with Kawhi before we can make a trade like that because you're giving up virtually everything. But I have no doubt if we're able to trade Anthony Davis, I have no doubt that we will be able to recruit a 3rd free agent. So you might have a point there, but it will hurt to give up the whole young core. Make no mistake about it. But sometimes there's a price to be paid. And sometimes you gamble and you win, like the Toronto Raptors, right? They traded away DeMar DeRozan, Jacob Paultelli or whatever his name is, and some draft picks for a potential 1-year rental. However, it already paid off because they did something the franchise has never done, and they made they made the finals. So that was worth it in itself. He said, Dan, what's the address to your casa for that spread? What? The address to my house. I have a PO box, so I'll hit you with that, man. I'll hit you with that. I'll put it in the description after the video's done. He said Kawhi is coming. According to a new report, yeah, Kawhi and LeBron have been in talks. So I told you guys LeBron James would be our biggest asset as far as recruiting. That's why I didn't agree with you guys as far as trading him. I think there's more people that want to play with him than you think. And I think the media creates these false narratives because that's just what they believe. But you can't buy everything people sell. Just know that. I'm hearing a sign and trade to make sure the Raptors get assets for Kawhi. If that happens, I'm all for it because Kawhi is worth it, man. If you have Kawhi and LeBron and anything else you add to that, we are winning the championship, barring any crazy injuries or anything like that. But, yep. Dan, are the Bucks a dynasty? Absolutely not. They're a young and up-and-coming team. Are they a dynasty in the making? I can't say that. I don't think they have enough. They have some good role players, but they need another superstar there. We all know that in this NBA, you need at least two superstars and a bunch of good role players to compete. I thought they were just too young. I love the Bucks, love Giannis, but I just thought they were too young. You need playoff experience, and that's why my prediction came true of the Toronto Raptors making it to the finals. If you looked at every single team in the East, the Raptors had the best talent and they had the best playoff experience. I mean, they had guys who've been to the finals like Kawhi, Finals MVP at 22. Kawhi's even beating the super team. That's why I believe in him versus the Warriors. But it's going to be a tall task. But still, they had Serge Ibaka, somebody who's been to the finals early in his career with the Thunder. They had Marcus O, who's been to the playoffs and is battle tested. They had Danny Green, another finals guy. So, I make these predictions. Sometimes they sound crazy, guys, but I make them based off of high basketball IQ and knowledge. I've been watching the NBA too long, and people didn't believe me. They judged me crazy when I said Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the NBA. They were like, "You're forgetting about LeBron." Here's the thing. Every year, that can fluctuate. Last season, people said it was still LeBron. Some said it was Kevin Durant, Finals MVP. This season, I believed it was Kawhi just because I saw what he was going to do to the Toronto Raptors and how he would get them to the finals. And to me, he's still the best two-way player we've seen since Scottie Pippen. That's how highly I think of him. That's no insult. I mean, Scottie Pippen was a Hall of Famer, one of the best two-way players we've ever seen. So Kawhi Leonard is the next in line. And I think as of today, he is the best player in the league. That could change next season. Maybe a more, motivated LeBron comes back and takes his throne back. But as of today, as of this year, I give Kawhi Leonard the title of best player in the league, regardless of what the finals outcome is. He's already done more than enough to elevate his legacy to the next level. So, taking off my biased Lakers basketball hat and putting on my basketball IQ hat, and I'll tell you that Kawhi Leonard has been the best player in basketball since the beginning of this year. He said Kawhi is a cross between MJ and Pippen. And let's not forget he has a little bit of Kobe in him. Have you guys seen his mid-range game? It's elite, guys. He's almost automatic from the elbow. So let's not forget that he trained with the great Kobe, and the greatest of players learned from the greatest of players. Remember when Kobe Bryant was getting older and started getting injured? He trained with Hakeem Olajuwon and learned some of those drop step moves, the dream shake, and all this stuff. So game recognized game, and I see some Kobe and Kawhi as well. Sure, maybe not the same sort of versatility and footwork, but his mid-range game and his ability to get to his spots, very, very, very good. Dan, did you see Game 6 Saturday night? Yes, I did. And like I said, Kawhi Leonard to me is the best player in basketball right now. I mean, that dunk on Giannis just showed me how much heart this kid has. Yes, he's very emotionless, but man, he wears his heart on his sleeve when it comes to basketball. He said, let me see. He said, Dan, Kobe's relationship with Kawhi could help us. Yeah, I believe so. I believe Kobe's already helping Genie recruit. Same thing with LeBron. And don't underestimate the power of star power. When you have a mega superstar like LeBron, I mean, my sales pitch, if I'm LeBron, to these free agents would be, hey, guys, don't listen to the media. This is not a single spotlight type of thing. LA is a huge city, and there's plenty of shine for two or even three or four of us. So don't listen to this. They don't want to play with LeBron because he's going to steal the shine. Guys, I'm about to turn 35. I need all the help I can get. You guys this is going to be your team, Kawhi. As soon as I retire, this is going to be your team. For now, we're going to share the team. But as soon as I retire, this becomes solely your team. And imagine winning a championship for LA you'll be immortalized with the rest of the Laker Nation and the rest of the Laker legends up there, man. Your banner's going to hang. Your jersey's going to hang up there with the banners we're going to post. And, there's no other better city to do it than here in your hometown, Kawhi. So Kawhi not. Come home, play for your hometown fans, and become the beloved hero that Laker Nation has been, searching for years. So that would be my sales pitch. That would be my sales pitch. If he doesn't want to play with LeBron after that and rather go to the Clippers and rot for the rest of his career, then so be it. That'll be his choice. But I think LeBron has a good stake in this, and I think he's going to go ahead and sell that to one or two free agents, just like him, Wade, and Chris Bosh did it in Miami. History repeats itself. So, Dan, you should make a Laker player tier list. Laker player tier list. I can do that. So tier 1, we have Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant. We have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You could throw Shaq in there, but it's debatable. I think if he wouldn't have got traded, then maybe he would have made tier 1. But I'm gonna put him in tier 2. Tier 2, you have Shaq, you have James Worthy, and if I forget any names off the top, excuse me for that. But you have Shaq, James Worthy. Who else we have in tier 2? I'll put Pau Gasol. No, I won't put Pau Gasol up there. I'll put Will Chamberlain there because he didn't play in his prime with the Lakers. So I'll put Chamberlain in tier 2, James Worthy and Shaq. And then tier 3, you have the Gasols. You have the Derek Fishers, the Lamar Odoms, the Byron Scotts, the great role players the Lakers have seen. So to me, that'll be tier 3. And you can go on from there, Baylor, Jerry West. I'll put them all there, tier 3. But, man, just to be up there, man. And Kawhi would be tier 1 as soon as he gets here, because I know he's going to put in work. So it's just, I don't know, man. Being a great Laker, to me, you accomplish a lot more than, again, even if Kevin Durant was to join the Lakers, one championship for Laker Nation is going to mean more than 2 to 3 championships, however many he ends up winning in Golden State, simply because you're doing it under one of the brightest spotlights, under all this heavy pressure, this media attention and all this stuff. There's a lot of pressure, man. Just like New York, there's a lot of pressure. And the fans will love you if you perform, and they're going to hate you if you don't give it your all. It's that simple. You either come to work, you bring your lunch pail, or you stay at home and don't even sign up if you're not ready, Paul George. So that's the way the Lakers are, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way if I'm a mega superstar. But only the best of the best get to come through here and be champions. The rest, the Dwight Howards of the world will be forgotten because they didn't do nothing for this city. So pretty much. He said, Chris Jones says, Dan, we could do a sign and trade with the Raptors, Kawhi, and still sign another max player. Now, here's the key. Are the Raptors willing to make that happen for the Lakers, or are they going to say, nope, we're not. We don't want to get involved if you're going to sign Kawhi away from us and just do it outright? Because there's some franchises that are that greedy, and they'll just be like, we'd rather get nothing than help you guys get Kawhi. So at the end of the day, that is that. I'll take a couple more questions. He said, Dan, what is your realistic dream scenario this summer? My realistic dream scenario is just adding at least Kawhi Leonard and keeping the core and drafting this draft pick properly. If we do that, we're going to be contender regardless. So we can still have enough cap space under the mid-level exception to sign some underrated shooters. Maybe somebody takes a pay cut. But I don't think we're that far. I really believe we're one Kawhi Leonard away from championship contention. And if we get him, game over. So that's my realistic hope for this offseason. I believe Kawhi Leonard is to be obtained. If you guys haven't been paying attention to social media, Kawhi's sister was posting a live chat on, I don't know if it was Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and she was talking to the fans, and Kawhi's uncle or somebody in the background said Kawhi is gone after this season. So maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they're trolling. I don't know. Again, I'm not going to read too much into it, but if he is gone, to me, there's only 2 destinations for him. One has banners, the other one has selfies. So we'll let Kawhi make that choice, and it'll be up to him. One more question before I get off, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Please, please. I appreciate it. Let's see. Last question. I'm looking for a question, guys. Any question. He said, I saw that, Dan. Yeah, Uncle Dennis is close to Magic Johnson. There you go. So, ties. There's always ties around the league that people don't even know about. There's stuff going on behind the scenes. Maybe Kawhi knew he was going to be a Laker. Let's not forget that when he requested a trade from the Spurs, he wanted to be a Laker, and Popovich did not oblige. So pretty much that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. keep my ear close to the ground. If anything breaks, you know, you heard it here first. So I can't wait. Let's see what happens coming up with June 30th is the most important date coming up the soonest. And then we have, of course, let's not forget, you know, the draft and all that. So a lot of stuff to cover this offseason. Again, look forward to making that video for you guys. My draft prediction video, you guys requested it. It will be coming real soon. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, Laker Nation.